Good morning students, my name is Suhaswara, Assistant Professor of Electrical Department. We are already started the chapter number 1, the auto generations and the voltage control. So in the last lectures, we had studied about the load frequency control with the GRS system. So we know that the load frequency control यानी कि जब हम दो पैरेलल एरिया कनेक्ट करते हैं तब लोड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशंस होता है और वो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशंस की दौरान जो फ्रीक्वेंसी होती है वो भी सेम रहनी चाहिए. फॉर एग्जांपल, हम जब दो पैरेलल मोटर्स या जनरेटर कनेक्ट करते हैं तब उसके वोल्टेज और रेटिंग सब कुछ सेम रखते हैं क्योंकि उसका जो शेयरिंग है, जो फ्रीक्वेंसी और वोल्टेज के वेरिएशंस है वो कंट्रोल कर हो सके. So in similar way in the power system that there are the two areas are connected with the tie lines and that this tie line is must be control the frequency. So the two area load frequency control and the extended power systems can be divided into the number of two areas load frequency control area interconnected by means of the tie lines. So without the loss of the generality, we shall consider the two area is the connected by the single tie line. So you can see here there are the two control areas 1 and 2 and both the areas are interconnected with the tie line. So the control object now is to regulate the frequency of the each area and to similarly regulate the tie line power as per the inter area power contract. So it is convenient assume that each control area can be represented by the equivalent turbine, generator and generator system. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि जो मोटर रेटिंग है, जो पैरेलल कनेक्ट करते हैं उसमें जो मोटर रेटिंग है वो हम सेम रखते हैं. उसी तरह से यहाँ पे भी जो टर्बाइन है, जनरेटर है, गवर्नर सिस्टम्स है यानी कि रन करने की सिस्टम है वो पूरी सिम्युलस यानी कि इक्वली मटीरियल्स और इक्वली जो रेटिंग्स है वो होनी चाहिए. सो फॉर एग्जांपल के इफ़ आई कंसिडर द एरिया 1 and the suffix is 1 and for same for the area number 2 the suffix is 2. So actually we can find the control or control the frequency using the how to generate, what is the amount of generating the power and what is the distribution. So difference between the generating power and the distribution power. So here you can see that in the isolated control areas causes the intermediate power. It means the different of the you can see here the delta Pg1 means generating power and the PD is the distribution power was accommodated for by the rate of increase of stroke kinetic energy and increase in the load caused by the increase in frequency. So since the tie line transport power in or out of the area, जो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन पावर है जो आने का और जाने के लिए जो है, this fact must be accommodated for the interpreter power balance equations of the each areas. So now we can find the equations for the each areas. So power transported out of the area 1 is given by the tie line power 1 is equal to V1 V2 upon X12 sin delta 1 and delta 2. So the delta 1 and delta 2 is the power angle of the equivalent machines of the two areas. Now the tie line power is in considered as a PU per unit systems. Here the T12 is nothing but the synchronizing coefficient. So the delta tie line power 1 is the equations. So F1 and F2 are the intermediate frequency changing of the area 1 and 2 respectively. Now consider for the second area. In similar way the delta tie line power 2 equations. So T21 is equal to V2 V1 upon PR2 X2 cos delta minus delta 1. So we can find the equations. Now जैसे हमने देखा कि हमको फ्रीक्वेंसी फाइंड करने के लिए Pg1 माइनस PD1 करना पड़ेगा. So these are the equations for this. So final delta F1 equation is like this. These are the block diagram of the equations. Now for the similar way we can find the delta tie line power for the 2, and we can take the transformations. So we have the this type of equations, then put in the equations. Now if I consider the input of the integrational block is minus ky2 by s, so here the equations for the area 1, this one is the area 2, the difference of the frequency is equal to 0. So we can say that delta tie line power 1 by delta tie line power 2 is equal to constant. So we can say that the frequency is 0. Now in the steam power plant, the power generations can be varied only at the particular maximum rate, so is the 4% per unit. To reduce these limits are added to the governor system of the both sides. Here you can see the block diagram of this, and we can see also the real example of the load frequency control with the GRC system. GRC means generation rate constant. So now today's topic is the flat frequency control, tie line based control, and the method of voltage controls. So flat frequency control, we can see the main generations having the longer generation capacity have given the job to maintain the system frequency. Now all other generations machines are supplying the constant load. So the generations machine which has given the job of the maintain the system frequency should have the generations. यानी कि जैसे ही हम पैरेलल जनरेशन्स में हम एक कॉमन रेटिंग रखते हैं, वैसे ही जब हम दो एरिया कनेक्ट करते हैं तो जो जनरेटिंग हैविंग अ लॉन्गर कैपेसिटी है वो भी मेंटेन करना ज़रूरी है. So this method is used to the small system and a large system are interconnected through the tie line. So in the smaller generation plant, old efficient generating machines are given to do the frequency control while other machines supply the loads. And in the larger power system, instead of having the one central control system, so that in the longer power system is divided into the smaller areas, and depending on which the load frequency control is designed. This is as Pitt lead new concept, which one is called the area controls. So this method is not suitable for the two or more large system are interconnected. So each area control should have the on generations to the supply change in the load in the areas. Then during the normal working conditions, it should supply the power to the other near areas by using the tie line. जैसे ही हम जानते हैं कि जो इंटरकनेक्टेड सिस्टम है, अगर किसी जगह पे लोड कम है या ज़्यादा रिक्वायरमेंट होती है तो ये यूटिलाइज हो सकता है. So during the normal conditions, it should change their generation schedules to help the neighboring area control systems. Sometime it should help to maintain the stability of the system by helping in the frequency controls. So you can see here the figure of the flat frequency control. Here there are the four areas A1, A2, A3 and A4, and these four areas are interconnected with the tie line. So tie line 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here tie line means utilize when suppose के एरिया 2 में ज़्यादा पावर की रिक्वायरमेंट है और एरिया 1 में कम पावर की रिक्वायरमेंट है, तो दे हैव गिवन टू द एरिया 2. सो टाई लाइन इज यूज फॉर दिस पर्पज. नाउ द मोस्ट important part of the system is the tie line based control. So tie line based control is in an interconnected system. Power contains interconnected to each other with one or more transmission system is called the tie lines. This is done to have produce of the selling and purchasing of the powers. टाई लाइन का जैसे ही मैंने अभी आगे बताया कि टाई लाइन में हम पावर, अगर एक्स्ट्रा पावर है तो हम सेलिंग कर सकते हैं और रिक्वायरमेंट ज़्यादा है तो हम परचेस कर सकते हैं. सो दीज आर पॉसिबल ओनली द टाई लाइन कंट्रोल्स. So, and the extended power systems can be divided into the number of load frequency and control areas interconnected by means of tie line in the power, in the orders. So, you can see the figures, which one is control area A and control area B, and these two areas are interconnected with the tie lines. So, they have some benefits to get the commercial benefits from the neighboring systems, to meet the sudden requirement of the electrical power and improve the reliability. And the last most important point, reduce in a installed capacity. It means that if our power system is, suppose for this example we can assume that the control area 1 is totally failed and now they have to restore the all systems, so they get the power, and this power is coming from the control area B using of the tie lines. So these are the importance of the tie lines. So what is the advantages? So improve the performance of generators. Lower installed capacity is needed by reducing the required of reference capacity. Lower capacity cost. Improvement in the reliability. So now what is the disadvantage? The switch gear performs get affected by the faults, need a large break of the circuit breaker results, proper maintenance is required. Now the tie line, or now the power systems are connected to the grid, so we can have economic and the reliability of the power system or power supply. For interconnected grid system working, variable efficient and fuel cost and etc. are main factors in the preparing of the load dispatch time schedules. So we can control the systems. Now first of all, I have considered that the tie line based control for the local load changes. So the regulator have the desired control for the local load changes, but they fail to respond to change in the remote areas. So it means that this problem can overcome by using the flat tie line controller which act on the frequency changes. So this type of controller allows the tie line power schedules to deviate from the normal values into the adjustable properties to frequency deviations from the rated values. So these are the figures to how to maintain. It means that कि अगर यहाँ पे लो जनरेशन है और यहाँ पे लार्ज जनरेशन की रिक्वायरमेंट है, तो we can shift the powers using of the tie line systems. In similar way, the tie line controls for the non-local load changes. So in this method, the tie line bias control are placed in the both the areas where the control actions is required to be done. So from the non-local load changes from the controller will not act if the slope of the controller characteristic is same of the governing characteristic. So from the non-local changes will not act if the slope of the controller characteristic is same. अगर characteristic same है तो affect नहीं होगा. So the governor systems will not act unless load changes Due to these unnecessarily change in the generations, the frequency or the tie line power are avoided, and this controller in the areas where the load changes occurs, it supplies that load will be changed. So there are the three types of controller characteristics. From the tie line control characteristics, then flat frequency control characteristics are often the tie line bias control characteristics. So here you can see that the flat tie line controllers, flat frequency controllers, and tie line bias controllers. So in the tie line bias controller with the larger bias is more sensitive to the load changes in the outside system than the governor and the behavior of the frequency controllers. So you can see here, these are the tie line controller, there is the frequency control, and another the main is the tie line bias controller, जहाँ पे हम lower generations, larger generations, and the another will be the governor characteristics पे भी ध्यान देते हैं. So these are the tie line controller from the non-local load characteristic or changes. Now the next topic is the method of voltage control. So method of the voltage control is for the satisfactory operations of the motor, lamp and other loads, it is necessary to have the constant voltage, and these allow the voltage variations in the 10% as per the IEEE standards. So the voltage variations means the delta V across the transmission line can be given as delta V is equal to the P into R plus Q into X upon V. Here the delta V is nothing but the change in the voltage. P and Q are the active and reactive power of the generators. Q, X and R is the reactance and the resistance of the transmission line connected to the generators. So V is the nominal voltage at the sending terminals. So now in general, voltage control equipment is placed in the generating stations, then transformer stations, and near the transmission and distribution feeders. So these are the locations of the equipments. Now the method of the voltage control method is, the first one is the excitations control method, then tap changing transformer methods, and inductions regulations method, synchronous condensation method, AGC method, automatic voltage control, series and shunt capacitors, and voltage control by the fact devices. So in today's topic we can learn only the two excitations control method and tap changing transformer method. Now the excitations control method, when the load on the supply system change, the term of the voltage, the alternator also change. So this alternator voltage is kept constant by changing the field current of the alternator according to the load. But the field current also called the excitations current, therefore this method is called the excitation. Simply हम जब एक्साइटेशन जब मोटर में हम एक्साइटेशन मोटर में हम क्या करते हैं कि बाहर से एक्साइटेशंस करते हैं. In similar way, this method is excitations control method. But the controller have the two regulation systems. The type of the automatic voltage regulation system. The first one is the trill regulator and the Braun-Borwing regulator. Now the first one is the trill regulator. So in this type of regulator, the constant value resistance is cut in and cut out of the field circuit of the alternator by using the tap changing. So जो यहाँ पे हम देखें कि जो हम वोल्टेज कंट्रोल करने के लिए जब टैप चेंजिंग यूज करते हैं, टैप चेंजिंग इज नथिंग बट दी वी कैन पुट द टैपिंग ऑफ द इक्विपमेंट, जैसे कि हम ट्रांसफार्मर में टैपिंग देते हैं, इन सिमिलर वे जब रेगुलेटर है उसमें टैपिंग था. So these are the same way. So major part of this regulator is the main contact, exciter, magnet, AC magnet, and the differential relay. So you can see the figures here. The first relay contact are open. So here the first one is the relay contact is open. Here the relay magnets are energized and attract the armature. अब जब क्या होगा कि जब ये रिले यहाँ पे एनर्जी होगी तब ये एनर्जाइज होगा और कॉन्टैक्ट अप आ जाएगा. सो इफ द लोड ऑन द ऑल्टरनेटर इंक्रीज देन द टर्मिनल वोल्टेज इज फॉल्स. So this lead to increase the series excitations and the main contact get close. यहाँ पे main contact क्या होगा? Close होगा. So then the relay magnet gets de-energized and the main contact gets open. The relay contact get the close and the rheostat in the field circuit get the short circuited. So due to this main contact gets the open and then the level get a de-energized. यानी कि यहाँ पे जो आप एनर्जी रेजोनेंस दिख रहे हैं वो डी एनर्जाइज हो जाएगा. सो दीज आर द ट्रिल रेगुलेटर्स. सो ब्राउन-बॉर्बी रेगुलेटर्स. सो इन दिस मेथड द फील्ड रियोस्टेट रेजिस्टेंस वेरी continuously and step by step, and the variance in the alternator voltage is sensed by the control device which control the motors. So in these constructions consist of the two winding, one for the main winding and which one is represented by MW, and another one is the auxiliary winding which one is represented by AW, and the auxiliary winding is divided into the two equal parts. So these are the Brown-Bowlby regulator systems. Now the tape changing transformers. So we know that the tape changing is nothing but the one type of stud. So we can explain the control method. Excitations control method is used for the small length transmission line but not for the longer transmission lines. So the excitations control method is used for the small length transmission line. So the tape changing transformer method have the divided in the four parts: off-load tape changing, on-load tape changing, auto transformers, and the booster transformer. So now start with the off-load tape changing. We are already studying in the transformer systems. So the off-load tape changing is nothing but the no supply will be connected or disconnected from the main supply when the tape setting is to be changed, and this one is manually. You can see here these are the tapped here, and these are the another constructions from the tapping. So these are the working of the off-load tape changing conditions. Here the close and open the switch. Now the on-load tape changing is nothing but the supply is connected from the systems, and the changing such a type of the transformer known as the on-load tape changing. यहाँ पे जब changing होगा तब sparking होगा because we know that the using of the air gap, but यहाँ पे जिस टाइप का होगा आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हो कि अगर टैप चेंजिंग किस तरह से होता है. So these are the on-load tape changing systems. And after auto transformer, we know that the auto transformer have the only one winding, primary and secondary winding both are connected in the one setups. So the transformer in which we will have only the one winding which is common for both the primary and secondary winding. So the term auto here refers to that the voltage input variations in B automatically can be improved or can be reduced the utilizations of the single winding. So you can see here, and this one is called the auto transformer, and also we know that in the variac. The next one is the booster transformer. Booster transformer is secondary, has the larger winding as compared to the primary winding, so the voltage on the secondary side is the larger, and this value of the voltage is selected by the selecting of the proper tapping. So you can see that they have some disadvantage. The three main disadvantage is it is the more expensive than the other changing transformers. It is less efficient onto the loss in the boosters, and more floor space is required. You can see here, यहाँ पे तो टैप दिया हुआ है जो हमारा मेन ट्रांसफॉर्मर है, but we can hear another transformer and the boosting systems. So today we can see that the flat frequency controls, method of the voltage control. If any questions regarding this topic, you can call me. If any questions regarding this topic, you can mail me. My mail ID and contact number is in your screen. Thank you.